So starting at the very bottom of the slide here, end users. End users are people who want to store a bunch of data and analyze it in some way. This group of people uses database applications made by application developers. App developers are people who develop packages that facilitate data access for end users. Anything from report generators to spreadsheet views to performing statistical analysis on the data, anything that helps the end users accomplish their goals. Moving upward, we have the database administrator, or DBA. The DBA actually takes ownership over a database's design and maintenance. The DBA interacts with end users to understand what type of info they want stored to create the conceptual schema, and makes decisions on how the data should be stored on disk, which is managing the physical schema. The DBA also works with the user to create useful external schemas. The DBA's job goes further than that, though. They also need to enforce security and authorization policies. The DBA determines which users can access which data by giving certain groups access to certain views and relations, kind of like how we discussed earlier in this lecture. The DBA is also responsible for writing code to back data up periodically and maintain logs of system activities. Even if the DBMS can restore a database after a crash, the DBA should be able to figure out why the crash happened and which data was restored and which data wasn't. And the last of the database administrator's duties is to perform updates and tuning to the database. Right? The DBA should be able to modify and improve the database as a user's needs change and evolve. For example, as a DBA gets a feel for which queries are used the most, they could create indexes to make those operations more efficient. And then at the very, very bottom of this user chain would be the database implementers. Those are the people who actually build the DBMS software and all the features that I talked about before.